How can you humbly create a culture that will cause people to follow? I've got 10 steps here. Here we go. Number one, the very first thing that must happen is we as leaders have to have a very clear vision. A clear vision of the future for your property, for your maintenance staff, for your region, for your district, for your management company, and so on. This is the one major thing that most leaders fail at, deciding what their vision is. You see, most leaders are not 100% sure that this is what they want the future to look like because they may not be able to see clearly the future due to maybe lack of funds or perceived skills, the lack of perceived skills. Maybe they can't see themselves achieving these results because of something maybe a high school coach or a former boss said to them. The first step we have to do, guys and gals, is decide on what the vision is. Number two, we then have to cast that vision out. Now, when you're casting a vision, there are 4 parts that we have to take into consideration. Number one, we need to be clear. Clarity around the vision is imperative. As the communicator, you have to be clear about what it is that you're casting of the vision, right? Number two of the 4 parts of casting the vision is it's got to be concrete. I think having a concrete vision means that you have a vision that is real, it's tangible. It's not about using some fluffy language that no one understands or these fancy words, trying to impress others with this great extensive content. It's a vision that people can touch and feel. You want them to become engaged in it. So we've got to communicate it in a believable and tangible manner. Number 3 of that vision, it's got to be concise. In today's world, it really is true. Less is more. My brother Paul says this to me all the time. Less is more. And he's a man of great wisdom. This is especially true when we're casting the vision. Less is more. So be concise. Be compelling. A compelling vision will move others to action. As servant leaders, which I believe we all should strive to be, it's our job to rally other people to a better future. You're here to lead them into a future where they would not go on their own. The vision has to be clear enough for them to understand, concrete enough for them to believe, real and concise enough for them to communicate themselves, and then finally compelling enough for them to own and get personally and professionally enthusiastic about that vision. So that's the number 2 things we have. Number 2 thing we need to do in creating a humble culture. Number 3 is we must always be building trust with everything we say and do. I can't express how important that is. Number 4, we always need to listen to our people. And that does not mean we always have to do what they say, but it does mean we need to pay attention and truly look them in the eyes and hear them with empathy and integrity. Listen to our people. Very important. Number 5, we have to care at a heart level. Truly care about your people in all that you do and in your actions. Remember the old saying that people do not care about how much you know until they really know how much you care. It's true. Caring cannot be faked either, by the way. Number 6, give credit away when everything goes well. Give that credit to who it deserves to go to, and it's usually not you. Number 7, take full responsibility when anything goes wrong on your team. The buck stops with me and the buck stops with you as a leader, so take that responsibility when the proverbial stuff hits the fan. You can always coach people privately later, but take the responsibility. Number 8, have passion, passion, passion. Passion is contagious. Passion can overcome all kinds of deficiencies that us as leaders often tend to have. Have that passion. No one wants to work around someone who's been weaned on a wet pickle. Number 9, give grace. Give grace first to all people in all situations that arise. Eventually, after you give enough grace, they'll be able to hear the truth. And then finally, speaking for Debbie and I, number 10, we believe you got to have God in the center of everything. Not just on Sundays, not just at home, on the weekends or specific times of the day, but we believe everywhere, every day, every hour, putting God in the center helps us stay centered and helps us process through all of the challenges that get thrown at all of us as leaders. We get all kinds of stuff thrown at us. So for us, having God in the middle, and it's not about religion, by the way. It's about having a relationship with God. Anyway, those are the 10 top things that I'd recommend you do to humbly create a culture where people will want to follow. Have a great week, and you know what to do. Make some good choices this week. Bye-bye.